Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where I have some real concerns. I'm looking at the math here. I'm looking at these graphs, and I'm wondering if we're all doomed. And like a little bit, I am thinking maybe purple's already too powerful, and like I'm glad that I played necrophages early in this series so that we could all get an idea of what is at stake. Like, if you fight the necrophages and you lose, you have made things so much worse, right? The momentum they're able to get from combat victories is so huge. Honestly, not even just victories, just like any time that they don't lose completely. And I'm worried that that is in fact what has happened. I will say I could not have predicted this. Like, what happened between turns like 53 and 61 that caused their military strength to quintuple? Because that seems bad for me and also the surface of the planet. This is more of a quadrupling than a quintupling, but that feels like splitting hairs. You're right, but it feels like splitting hairs. So I think we're gonna pounce because we gotta pounce. I think that we will never probably have a better moment to wipe out a whole ton of their units than we have right here and right now. But I am definitely worried about the reprisals. I am concerned about the 5 fire ships they have right here and the fact that our navy is not in position yet and won't be for like a while. We have 3 built up Vors, and Vors are very good against pretty much all of the Fomorian vessels, maybe with the exception of artillery ships because they're not necessarily fast enough to get to them. But yeah, I have concerns. These fire ships have a ton of health. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna be bad for sure. So we threaten the armies that they have over here. We make them feel like they have to stay back a little bit to defend Uarden, which gives green a little bit of breathing room, a little bit of time to rebuild their forces. We're not going to be able to talk anybody else into this war with us. We know that because I did spend some time like looking at it, and this deal technically works if we give purple or if we give blue 4 very good technologies. Unfortunately, that deal is so expensive we won't even be able to do it next turn unless we put a whole bunch of influence into it. But my biggest concern with doing that is that I might be feeding them to purple. Now, granted, we know that most of purple's troops are probably on this landmass because purple only has the one region over here. Especially if I break down these guys. We know blue has units in garrisons. Those are mostly ships. They do have Chaka as well. Was it 555? It's really hard to tell. That the red on the black is very difficult. Not that I want to give them 4 technologies, but like maybe it's worth doing this. Because we could reassign people in the capital. And we could get there. Can I keep enough people on industry to still get the ship done next turn? Because, like, we do need the ship done next turn. I can pay for it, but I don't really want to pay for it. I want to pay for other things. No, it looks like it requires literally everyone on industry to get that done. What if we move... Let's move these people over instead. The Centaur is less critical. And obviously, we want to be using our dust to buy, like, heroes and stuff. So if we can get blue to contribute pressure on this side... That means I need to not declare war this turn. I need to fire that deal as quickly as possible next turn and then get out to this screen and attack, because it's like critically important that we attack this before it makes landfall, right? We are going to lose fortresses to the fire ships, and there's nothing we can do to stop that, but we must hope that we can then take them back. Green's got an Urkin in a boat here. The worst case scenario on the water is green ending up in control of a fortress by purple taking it and then green taking it from them, because it'll probably be a real pain in the ass to get back. Yeah, I think this is worth it. I think we have to ask for more help. And, like, you know, power block. Let's make friends, right? So is it possible to talk the Draken into it? Maybe it would be easier. Do the Draken have more of an army? Sorry that I'm like hesitating a lot on this, but I think I think this is the most critical decision we will make this game. It's like if I give you every technology you want, it doesn't even, wow. If we give them literally everything, the bar never even gets on screen. That's a real shame because they have enough of an army to like really turn something around. I think Blue's willing to do it a little bit more because there's something in it for them. And in case you're wondering why it is the case that we are this deep into the game and Blue hasn't expanded to fill all of the available space over here, you'll see when we play Alayi, it's not so trivial for them to expand. They tend to run a smaller empire. Yeah, I think let's do this. Let's try to talk Blue over. We'll make peace, we'll make friends, we'll get them into the war. The timing on this is going to be, like, very intense, though. Alright, I'm going to hit the button. We want to be in this screen when it happens. As soon as this button goes live, we click. I am just, like, spamming the hell out of my mouse button right now. I don't know if that's coming through on the microphone, because we have probably just, like, a couple of seconds to make this all work. Oh, they rejected the deal. Shit. Damn it. What is your problem? That deal was good. Out of curiosity. Nope, not Black Spot. I mean, it's pretty positive. Okay, now they're willing to do it, but of course, now it's too late for us to get that benefit. Well, we can still do this. Oh, and it looks like they moved all of their armies away. Well, then, this is just mine. Iraku back home is... You know what? Let's go ahead and get Cold Operator. Alright, so out of curiosity, what does this city that we just took over look like? Okay, it's got a coastal battery. It's got a Titan Bone thing. Alright. They have an 8-unit army right there. That's just a random wet Photios. This is a real shame. Blue's gonna have a much harder time taking over Stugarnal now. I wish they hadn't just, like, turned down the deal for no reason when it is actually a deal that they were fine accepting. Alright, dust production has returned to normal, which is cool. Let's get over here. Oh, boy. It is going to take a long time for these ships to meet up. Alright, avoid the lightning. Alright, let's build some internal stuff. Boy, I don't know what I want to do with you. Yeah, hard to imagine. I guess you just head back up here. It's a bummer that the transport ships are so much faster than the actual military vessels. Yeah, man, if they hadn't turned down our offer. Okay, the ruin for that quest is inaccessible to us. So I think I am going to pick up uncommon armor. I think that'll be a good idea. I generally don't like to make my weapons and my armor out of the same resources, so this is a good fit for us. So you just have one louse, but you are level 3. Yeah, okay. This Urkin has been leveled up to a pretty impressive set of stats. Hopefully we can help them with this. Yeah, all right. I think we're managing most things. All right, we got some stuff to build in some cities. Yeah, down here, I think dust filtration is probably pretty good. Okay. You know what? I ran over here to try to intimidate their ships, but it strikes me that I maybe shouldn't have done that. Because the AI does put their units in the water at weird times, and maybe I should have remained near the coast to threaten in case they do get in the water. Then here in Uarden, produce military units, I guess. I don't know what else I would do. No sense in firing the emeralds. And of course, taking on a new city is going to murder our approval level for a moment. We'll get it back. Please just get back in the water. You know you want to sail around. Look at how dangerous this volcanic terrain looks. It's so unpleasant to stand in. They're not making much of a move on my fortresses, at least. Very curious about this army. Okay, so they got a lot of forces up there. They're going to be doing stuff with. Yeah, they get in the water a lot. The AI likes to spend time in the water. We could blitz their Dust Guardian. Boy, if we could engage them while they're in their transport ships, we'd crush them, right? Okay, I think that's my plan over here. We're just going to take advantage of the fact that they don't know how to boat. Alright, nothing in the ruin, of course, goes without saying. Alright, we did this accidentally. I totally forgot about it. Make sure you have at least 18 luxury resource facilities within your empire. Boy, that's not a trivial task. We will get dust mined decoupling. Unlocks totems. Oh, the totems, right. I forgot about those. So the totems are a special class of equipable that can only be put on your minor faction units. Another thing that should be noted, it's probably not going to be super relevant here, but we do have the ability to flip any of these neutral villages back to the hostile state, and when that happens, they do produce an army immediately, but those troops will be a competitive level, but they won't have any gear, which means, you know, obviously it's pretty hard to use them for anything. Okay, they're just running away. Should we just... What should I do with this? I guess I should just get down here and meet up with the other ships. I am reluctant to move too far away from the fortresses. We could go try to take Purple's fortress in Yugodra. What is the facility on? Oh, right, it's the food stockpile thing, right? I mean, that would not be bad for us. Interesting that the Draken ran a settler over here. Boy, I sure hope we haven't signed Blue's death warrant. Alright, we do in fact have common enemies, it's true. Commercial agreement. Map exchange with Blue does probably fill out the rest of the world's map for us, so I'll take it. And that's definitely, like, pretty positive for them. Hopefully they are of the same opinion. Does a commercial agreement make any sense at all? Ah, yes, we do. We are starting to have trade with them. Well, you know what? Yes, I accept. Green and I are blood brothers. We are in this together. This is going to be great. If this works, it's gonna really turn the war around for them. Because that's a lot of very expensive troops to lose. Alright, we're trying not to sail through the lightning. Very important maneuvers. This is a total, like, this is an extremely minor thing, but man, I wish it wouldn't center the camera on a unit when I click to select that unit. This may just be a me thing, but basically, like, I don't really want the game to ever move my camera. And that's not this game, that's all video games. I will move my camera. It's okay if I press a button and that button's explicit job is to move the camera, like I press the button for that purpose, but like if it does anything else, it should probably just do the else. This is like extremely minor stuff. Alright, so we're gonna try to grab you there. What is this army? Battleborn and the Proliferator, what spawned them? Yeesh, look at that Necrodrone. It's only level 5, too. It must have some very real equipment. That's going to be a tough army to take down. So this will be 9 of their boats versus 7 of mine. That should be, yeah, it should be totally trivial. Who has movement left? You have movement left, because I really don't know what I want to do with you. Yeah, I think I want to just, like, chill out up here. I guess, like, I can move up and threaten their naval reinforcements. They've separated this ship from the place where they're going to produce all of their other ships, because this is where they have coastal stuff. And we can prevent them from, like, feeding in reinforcements. And yeah, I think that'll have to do. Okay, so, most critical thing, making sure this attack goes off. We missed one opportunity, we shan't miss another. I hope. Boy, I hope we shan't. Green's gonna have to deal with that army outside Ganley on their own, though. Come on. Get in the water. Okay. Good news. Let's watch this. Trying to keep an eye on their force of 5 ships here. Isn't that just boarding vessels? You should be very careful there, Green. You're gonna get yourself in a lot of trouble. Huh. Interesting. Why did it go from 14? When it said 14 of 18 on the screen last turn, I assumed that meant that we currently had 14. Apparently we currently had 28. I don't know where that 14 came from. Well, okay. Good work, quests. Dust is magic, power. Resources also give powers. Boost Morgar, make them stronger. Now Morgar needs useful puppets. Jailers were smart. Easier sometimes to force others to do your work. It's an important principle. Morgar gloats. Power grows. Domination grows. Reckoning will come. But not yet. More work to do. More enemies to whittle down. Some species are lesser and no threat. Other species will try to take Morgar freedom, return Morgar to chains. Those must be destroyed. Morgar needs better tools to fight others. Strong tools that will protect freedom, destroy enemies. Living tools that can listen, take orders, fight, and be discarded when no longer needed. So feed your minor factions some totems in order to get tier 3 glass, steel, and titanium armor. Okay, I'm actually really excited to get this because of the trinkets. I think we're still probably going to end up preferring the armor made out of these other resources. Aren't you at war with one of my friends? Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. Boy, they're really, they are on a friendship tour, though, huh? They couldn't be pushing for diplomacy, could they? You know, they are almost at 20... Oh, no, that's the Draken player. This is... They're some color. What color? Which guy are you? You're brown. Okay, yeah, no, you're not doing particularly well on diplomatic points. I mean, a lot of it comes at the end when you cash in all your influence, though. No, I don't think so. I think they really are just trying to secure friendship, probably safety from people's militaries. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, let's run this. So their Morgar Lord has at least one of the levels of improvements, which that Morgar Lord has access to, but aside from that, I do think we want the Polyp up front, because obviously he can come back to life if he dies. And then, yeah, it is a lot like this. So, the things that are most important to kill. That one. If somehow this turns horribly against us, I want to make absolutely certain that we have killed the units we would have the hardest time killing on land. And yes, I am just going to naively point everybody at this. I guess we're going to get to control our movement pretty thoroughly here. Let's see. So I want you to move to here. This being a seaweed tile makes things really awkward. No, it's fine. We'll just... Interesting that they had their one good ship start all the way in the back, though. So obviously the proliferator is also extremely high priority. But yeah, our transport ships have such a stat advantage. Okay. You die for sure. I wish there was a like a fast command for just like everybody target this thing. They should really have stayed away from the water. All right, you are a ship that I would rather not lose. It may be too late. Sadly, I cannot make their lord focus on my lord. And I definitely want to burn down all the other stuff around their lord first, because his ship is going to survive a significant number of shots. We're going to lose something to him. Maybe 2 ships even. It could be a lot worse. Sadly, we don't have a lot of mobility owing to the amount of seaweed in the area. So I can't even really run my injured ships away. But I think that was pretty successful. That's a lot of lost military might for them. I wonder why... Oh, they did attack. He did a retreat. I was going to say, I wonder why they're not attacking him, because they would win that easily. But yeah, that makes sense. He ran away. Can I threaten? No, I cannot threaten him. I don't think I want to attack this army directly. I want to let green fight them first. Let's get back on land here. So what other situations do we have to deal with? You have 2 military units that need to start heading toward the front. Is that... Yeah, that tile's clear. Actually, I guess there's fog of war over that tile. I don't know if it's clear. I can't see it. Okay, yes. Now we know it's clear. And what does Galarath build? Oh, right, yeah. Not even really a question, actually. So remember, we can just hire military troops from the market as well. That is a thing we have access to. They're not going to be the absolute best, but they will be functional and useful. So we're pretty close to being able to fight these guys. I should start wheeling the Vors back down south to prepare for that. So the city still has a full garrison, or full fortifications, and at least 5 units in its garrison. Not really sure what is next. We don't need expansion disapproval, really. We could research subs, but if we were going to research a submersible sea unit, it would be the Leviathan, right? Maybe it should be the Leviathan. Maybe that's what we should be doing now. We need 4 more techs to move up. I mean, obviously, like, science technology is good. We're doing actually very well on our science output. So 3 minor faction units equipped with totems. Let's talk about totems. So these 3 things are these yellow ones are the totems. They have massive upsides and massive downsides. You can see here, plus 50% attack and damage, but also you are cursed, which, as you might imagine, is just constant life loss. This one gives initiative and damage. This one gives attack and initiative and damage. A little bit less attack and initiative, but more. It still has the same amount of damage as the others. I mean, you know, we do have Hyperium. And then we can equip our units. Like, let's compare the differences here. So this helmet is 30 health and 15% initiative. This is 30 health and 15% attack versus 18 health and 8% attack. So yeah, it's probably pretty good. I think we're at 71 initiative. Hold on a second. Let's apply that unit design. At 71 initiative, how do we compare to their units? 60s, 60s. Okay, so we don't really need the initiative boost. Well, some of them are over 70. I guess it just depends on how new they are, probably. So actually, that initiative boost is like right at a level where it could matter. But 117 attack compares pretty evenly to the Battleborn's defenses. So it's an interesting choice. Because centaurs are essentially fast, heavy infantry units, they don't have the charge skill that I believe all other cavalry units have, which gives them bonus attack when they move. So they could use the push here. It looks like we have a ton more adamantium. Okay, not because of incomes though, just because we have a stockpile. My inclination is to go initiative on that helmet. 2448 versus 1440. I don't really think that it's worth re-equipping the chest piece is not that different. And then 15% damage on the boots is very interesting. Yeah, so maybe this. We also have access to some other trinkets now, which will allow us to get some weird stuff like bonus XP or bonus morale for being close to friends. But probably more directly, you would want like improved attack or improved defense. But honestly, at the moment, I think movement is still really critical. So like, what if we build them like this? They take 5% damage every turn in combat, but they still heal up as normal out of combat. I'm just going to go ahead and hit this retrofit, and I hope that that will move our faction quest along. It may be the case that we have to build 3 with those things on them, which we will also do. I mean, we're gonna need more bodies. All right, so you get to join up next turn. Guess there's no reason not to just retrofit you right now as well. And then we still need 2 governors, but I think spending the dust on retrofitting the units was a reasonable move. That does need to happen. We need to have real stats. So in the field, we're starting to look pretty good, right? We're starting to look pretty good even relative to the stats that we're seeing on the necrophage units. I really do want those archers, though. We should probably, before we pick up another technology that we're not going to make use of immediately, and in fact, I'm even going to move that to the front of the queue. Let's get the ability to assimilate a second force and bring in the archers from Undand, because we should get real ranged units. But yeah, aside from that, I think things are going okay. I'm going to continue generating influence here for just another little bit before we swap that one city back to industry. So 6-140. We don't have a lot of vision into their territory, but I think we've probably blunted their push quite a bit by knocking out that one army, and I'm hoping that blue can deal with the other army that got away. All right, and I didn't take brown's offer of peace. I'm pretty sure that's the right move. I don't feel comfortable. I don't know what they want exactly. Yeah, it's probably just the dust refinery, right? I don't know what Brown wants, but with Brown being at war with one of my friends, I'd like to maintain my friendship. Preferably without having to put like a ton of effort into it. So should I turn around and attack here now that we have better stats? We still have these 2 Urkin Lice who have pretty bad stats. So I think we're gonna see greed wipe out that. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. That's a big chunk of purple's local military power gone. How much? This army still has 4 movement left. Oh right, everybody in the army has improved movement except for the lice. Okay, yeah, that did work. Cool. Defeat 2 enemy armies with armies composed entirely of units cursed by a totem. Okay, well, so as I was about to say, it probably makes a lot of sense for us to move these lice out of this army, which it will not let me do. Huh. Can I move the centaurs out? Yeah, okay. And then move the hero? Okay. That's weird. That shouldn't have been a challenging thing. But yeah, the lice are just going to get killed. Their stats are... Yeah, they're pretty soft and 32 defense, so we're kind of waiting on some of these reinforcement centaurs to arrive. Very inconvenient, like, Sargasso situation over here. And that is, in fact, I'm pretty sure, a necrophage unit headed for my undefended fortresses. Or at least my fortresses that appear, for the moment, to be undefended. Yeah, this is unfortunate. We're not really going to make any headway with these artillery ships. I need like a couple more turns. Have we gotten our next stockpiles yet? We have. Ooh. So that's now, that industry stockpile is 600 points of industry. which is probably enough to rush out. Yeah, give me real troops. Keep in mind, this is not a realistic depiction of the time it will take to finish this second centaur, because it's assuming that over the course of those 2 full turns, we will maintain that 690 industry. And then there is absolutely no reason not to pop the science stockpile. Gold's run out, and we cannot rerun it for a little while. I'm going to push 9S up to Rallying Call, and then we'll come back and get the rest of the health bonuses. Tinu is going to also just push up for the moment. We'll come back for stuff later. So, we did in fact do this. Exotic armor is available. This is really great news for us. We also completed... No, I did not. This was failed. There we go. It completes both the both the successful and failing notifications simultaneously for some reason. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so you're gonna make it up onto land next turn. You're gonna go there. So yeah, we'll have a real army. I'm assuming that an army made up entirely of minor faction units with the cursed things will still fulfill that quest, even if it has a hero who is not, because, you know, for obvious reasons, he cannot be equipped with those things. Let's talk about this hero, though. While I'm thinking about it, we have gained access to some very powerful army boosting trinkets. We're definitely going to take that off. So damage boost 3, 12 damage plus 15%. We could go initiative boost as well. And then we also have access to attack and defense 1. What does boost 1 give? Oh, it still gives plus 15% attack. I actually like that quite a bit. And then this hero should probably be wearing some better gear. So how does the tier 3 stuff compare? 18 health plus 20% of a stat. Honestly, I think we are probably going to stick with the... You really need that fast moving hat, though. And then... 2260 versus 2448. This is actually a little bit better. I am going to give him a titanium breastplate. And as far as Greaves... So 6 initiative, 20% attack, 12 initiative, 15% damage. And given the amount of attack he has, the damage is more valuable. And we keep the movement trinket. Okay, that is a well-outfitted hero right there. Expensive, obviously. We could not afford to run a lot of heroes in that condition. Yeah, so I'm reluctant to engage with this necrophage army while we're still short numbers, especially with one of us injured. Because, like, our stats are good, but I don't know that they're good enough. Especially when you remember that we're going to have to deal with the disease and everything. So let's maybe stay close, but not do anything too aggressive just yet. And I'm really hoping that we will not have to fight these fire ships yet. That'll be close enough. We will at least get all 4 of our Vors here, although this one is a basic and has very poor stats. I can't remember, does the weather move east every turn or every other turn? Because this path, like, we probably will be able to just sail straight west, right? Sailing back around won't matter because the seaweed will come in, yeah. Alright, I know, I'm going really slow. Probably more land units over more ships, right? Given how long it takes ships to even get where they're going. Now, you know what? Maybe more ships, actually. We are probably going to end up needing more. Down here in the capital, we could build ourselves a dust refinery. There's a lot of extra influence there. We can probably move people back to industry over here. Now, what I'd really like is if we could find a location where we are like severely stronger than an enemy, because I believe causing them to retreat counts as winning a battle, so we could get 2 wins off the same army very, very quickly. All right, let's do it. So this button is tremendously important. Try to get all my ships into reasonable position here. We may end up getting embarrassed. Five well-equipped fire ships is not something to sneeze at here. But these two are definitely close enough now to reinforce each other. No, don't. Hey, buddy, how about you just don't move directly in front of me? Thanks, friend. He's thinking about it. Don't you do it. Okay, he has stopped thinking about it. He counted. He realized what the numbers looked like, and he was like, actually, this is terrible. This would be an awful move. Yeah, this is real crappy. Well, sadly, there's not much we can do about it. Okay, it looks like the battle just happened. Green just beat Purple's army in the area. All right, I will feel pretty comfortable pushing forward once we have these other reinforcements. Let's just like get into position to receive them. It'll give that third centaur time to heal, and then we're going to start picking up stuff over here. And Green is going to have to decide where they want those armies to go. And hopefully, or Purple rather, Purple's going to have to make some decisions about where they can afford to run armies, and hopefully they will end up in a very bad spot because of it. Blue is not doing anything, it looks like, which is annoying. Feels like they could be helping. We definitely need vision up here. Is there... Okay, so we do have a watchtower. They built a Tower of Truth on this base, which is a pearl tower that basically shoots a laser at anything that comes nearby. It's cool. It doesn't maybe have the most vision. Right, this is just +2 tile vision, and normal lookout towers have 5. We could unbuild it and build the watchtower instead. I forgot we had these. Okay, so we actually have a full army right now. Well then, let us aggress. Okay, Ursay does have 7 units in its garrison, which is annoying. But we will have reinforcements. I mean, you lot could come over here and help with this as well. I'm hoping that we crack it open and it turns out to be mostly settlers, right? That would be that would be a very calming outcome. I'd feel so much better. I guess let's get the central market going because we cannot keep our luxury resources up enough of the time. Plus 15% attack on all my units, probably worth grabbing at this point. And then, like, honestly, that's what we should be building up here. Let's really quickly outfit an orc with proper tools here. So first of all, you have 29 base initiative. We're probably going to want to really juice up your initiative, like, quite a lot. This only gives 6. Well, I actually think it's still pretty good. 6 plus 20%. Or we could just get 12 while getting attack stats on the boots, so I think that's reasonable. And then in terms of weapons, like, does it make sense to do this? 27 attack, 33 initiative, but only 14 damage. Let's go with some glass steel longbows. So that gets us up to 87. We boy, you sacrifice a lot of damage by doing that, though. And remember, attack and damage are both damage scalars, but attack's damage scaling is limited in a sort of a different way. We definitely want to run these. And then I probably... So, like, if I do this, we get 75 initiative, 175 attack, 103 damage. We're very squishy, very vulnerable to getting shot at, but it doesn't seem like the necrophages are building many of their archers anymore. They're way more on necrophage units. The longbow gives us a tremendous amount of damage against necro drones, which is a big deal. I think that's a good design. So 413 versus the 402 of the centaur. All right. Try your best. So yeah, I think we just run up and flank. Sadly, we are not going to have... I don't feel comfortable attacking yet. The fact that they were reluctant to attack doesn't necessarily mean that I would win that. It just means that it would be close enough that it's a little risky for anybody to go after it. All right. Let's hope that green holds up their end on creating pressure so we don't just get swarmed here. Ugh. Not necessarily a great time for a winter. Okay, they did just go for it. They think they've got us, and I have concerns that they may be correct about that. I'm trying really hard to merge these. There we go. I guess you may as well merge up into that same group. Alright, we can burn down that fortification advantage pretty quickly, as long as we don't get jumped. Piece from Pink is interesting. Before the end of this winter, have at least 3 luxury boosts active, you know? I think I just might. That seems like it might happen. So we'll be able to run this real soon. Double XP on heroes is obviously, like, extremely good. Extremely bananas. Market price stuff, I don't really care about. And everybody finished everything at the same time. Weird. Alright, let's build some ground units. I'm going to produce more ships from Cathedra, but these other places are so far back that producing artillery ships from them feels a little bit silly. Yeah, I know. Listen, you'll heal up fine on the way over. Okay, so I mean, blue has some ships over in the area. Feels like they could be helping. Too close for me to be comfortable. That is a single Justiciar. Well, you know, we have the resources necessary to attack that. Ah, but I don't want to attack that. I want to attack it with this. Oh, or this. Maybe you'll just give me that one. I mean, they're going to run away here, right? No, they actually fought us. The auto-resolve killed most of their stuff. They have a proliferator in the city. Well. Did that count as a battle for my faction quest? It did not. So I get the hero... Yeah, the hero breaks it, I guess. That's a real shame. But that does mean that we could just attack next turn and take the city. Alright, we're gonna resolve that. Sorry, I just trying to make sure everything else is set first. Thydra should probably produce more ships. Actually, we should fix our ship design, though. Because now we have access to all of this other defensive gear. So, 92 health, 44 defense. Seems pretty solid. 42, 52, yep. Give me some of that. We have different... what does recovering do? I mean, it's hard to imagine losing Fomorian Slayer. Okay, that's just health regen. Retaliation deflector, one assumes just, yeah, lowers retaliation damage. Title mastery. Guard is better stats in shallow water, like coastal water. That's faster movement in coastal water. Okay, I think I want to stick with Fomorian Slayer, provided that it does work the way I think it does. And then, yeah, build me a couple of those would probably be a good idea. Well, actually, hold on a second. If we go for, the hydrofoils... Okay, so we can get improved movement if we're willing to sacrifice 92 health and 44 defense for it. That's a tough sell, honestly. Yeah, let's maybe not. Not as fast as I would like, but the stats really do speak for themselves. So we're going to need just one more point of population in order to make this city capable of leveling up its dock, right? That is definitely worth pushing for. So do I want peace with Pink? Pink is still at war with friends of mine. I think we're going to decline that. I'm surprised they took that battle, because that was definitely how that was going to go. They didn't realistically have a chance. I guess I should have manualed, because I'm sure we could have done a better job. All right, let's figure this out. Yeah, let's start all spread out and really let them pick us apart, shall we? Now, us not having the lead on initiative certainly hurts. Their ships are pretty slow, though. I think we should probably all focus on the same one. That's my hot take. All right, that's a good start. One of us is a little bit on fire. So because of the fact that we have so little, we have no initiative control here, my inclination is just to tell everybody to focus on one ship and then hopefully we'll figure it out. They have life drain, which is annoying. We're all suffering pretty badly on the ocean terrain front here. Wow, it's a considerable amount of life drain. So, like, a problem fire ships often have is that they just don't have a lot of straight-up damage. But with the life drain, they're hitting for quite a lot, like, just sort of up front at the beginning of the attack, and it really is, it's adding up. The fact that they have permanent initiative bonus is really helping. Also, tremendously bad luck from my units basically doing 0 damage over and over and over again for no reason in situations where that should not have been happening. Nothing for it, unfortunately. You know, sometimes the attack tables roll that way. But with their initiative all nuked like that, I think we should have shown up a little better than we did. Okay, so I guess what I need to do is step my specialized polyp out of this army. It's okay for him to show up as a reinforcement. We're gonna refuse this. We're gonna have to approach a little carefully. Because they still have that proliferator in there, and we have a lot of low health units. You're exactly where you need to be. You somewhat less so. Yeah, that was a pretty grim outcome. The artillery ships are far enough north that hopefully we can prevent them from just getting a lot of fortresses for free, and we can recapture anything that they do capture. But we're gonna have to land some pretty solid shots. Because they have a lot of health. The random number generator is going to have to perform better for us than it has in that last battle. All right, so we're gonna bump this hero out of this army and then attack with this army. Oh, you know what the problem is? That battle was the problem might be that battle was determined a draw, despite the fact that it was like very clearly a win for us, because the game's definition of win is pretty narrow. Interesting that they didn't just take the fortress immediately. I wonder why. The only kind of victory is the complete elimination of one of the forces. Which I think is like, it's a pretty unimaginative way to define that, personally. Absolutely not. Never in a million years. No way. I don't want your borders to be open to me that badly. Okay. So we are going to lose units here. Oh, sure, there's an empire plan coming. Well, if we wanted to keep what we got now, 720 does it. At this point, it might be... No, you know what? It's not worth spending influence on empire approval status, because we can just... You know, we have a way of getting some of that. Let's just do that. Because if we're going to pick up a couple more cities, it is going to become more relevant. How's green doing? Well, no big purple armies are bearing down on them or anything. It looks like most of purple's navy is committed over here in the Northeast Sea. That is 7 ships in that bastion. Well, a navy alone is not going to be enough to save them. Actually, after we finish this centaur, maybe we should be building ships here. Yeah, you know what? That's probably true. Yeah, okay. Because the transport ships sail across easily enough. All right, let's do this manually. Let's try to be sensible here. So, they do have 68 points of fortification. An attack that hits a unit that has any fortification cannot deal damage to its health, even if we overshoot the fortification amount by some huge amount. So, let's just be very cautious how we approach. Probably leave the really badly wounded units out at the corners, because I don't want them to just get battle-borned. But like, these should be enough, and then the reinforcements will come in, and All right. Initiative advantage is a huge element here. So you can run to there, you can run to there. We have control. You lot live in, well, I guess because of the fact that we have initiative advantage, I guess we only have to worry about people who could be killed reasonably by a counterattack. This guy can probably participate, actually. All right, so 241, you can see it only hits the fortification. Stupid necrophage disease. Leeching the health out of my perfectly fine troops. All right, now we will see if the hero makes the battle not count for our quest. Yes, apparently. Okay. Well, that's not an army. You know, it wasn't an army. We did kill an enemy army, but it may not have counted as defeating an army. You know, there's all kinds of reasons why this may not be working the way we want it to. Oh, yeah, you step out. You're very badly wounded. Let's merge these two up, and then let's just push up along the coast here, I guess. So that's a necro drone in the water. Can you get them? You can. Unfortunately, in the water, his transport ship will have health proportional to his out-of-ship health, so probably not a great move there. It's fine. We'll handle a single necro drone. All right, so let's make that burrow happen, and then we can get back to some kind of real plan afterward. Man, I really wish it wasn't winter right now. Alright, so we're doing a pretty good job of pushing back. Green's got a real force assembled. Alright, I do believe we're going to push this necrophage out of the game. And blue took Stigarnal, forced the rest of the necrophages back into the ocean. Okay, beautiful. Great teamwork. Yeah, a necrophage player that gets on even a little bit of a roll away can be like a serious problem. Wow. For the amount of districts that have been built in this city, it really does not have a lot of infrastructure. There's a lot of very basic stuff that needs to get built here. Yeah, I think I'll leave everybody on industry. Yeah, that's fine. And of course, that Red Sang activation keeps slipping further and further away. So what are we picking up minor faction-wise? That was a Silic village. Over here we got some Saratan. If we take this region, it'll be some Kazanji. What I would really like, obviously, is to take a region that has some villages of one of the minor factions that we're already assimilating, just so that we can pump up those numbers. That's where they're getting their Magte. That's more Saratan. All right, so they don't really have anything of value for us on that front. And I see that we're at an hour. My plan was to record an episode of this at the beginning of today's recording session and then again at the end, because I know I am short one this week. But I think what we'll do is just keep pushing here. We'll just make this a double length. Because, like, I'm on a roll is maybe too strong of a way to put it, but I have momentum right now and I know what I'm doing. Now that's a little scary. Oh, you should probably... Well, I did just stop right adjacent to that. I mean, that's actually good, though. We have 3 artillery ships here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and take them out. I think we should be able to go ahead and take them out. Artillery ships beat fire ships most of the time. Oh, wow. They thought we had it so much that they just gave up. For the record, I think they're probably right. So we got to make sure that this artillery ship gets up there as quickly as possible. What is this? Ah, that's the rest of that army. Apparently it mostly ran away. Probably they never even got in a fight, right? My guess is they never made it out of the volcanic area. They couldn't find a safe place to heal up. And so they got chased around for a little bit and then ran. I'm a little reluctant to push on right now because of how injured our stack is. Like, I do want to start the process of sieging, but I'm concerned that if they just attacked us, we wouldn't really have any recourse. Fresh troops. Who is most injured? Yeah, rotating in fresh bodies and sending the others back to take it easy is probably going to be very helpful. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do take damage while cursed outside of battle. Minus 5 HP per turn. You know what? They weren't taking damage in battle, were they? Maybe they only take... You know, it's been a little while since I played Morgar. It's not a faction I've played a ton of. Despite the fact that I think they're very, like, good and cool. So yeah, maybe the cursed units only take damage outside of... It's 5% damage every turn on the map. It's gonna make getting this quest done a real pain in the ass. All right, so let's transfer these armies forward, or some of these units forward. Transfer the healthiest ones up. I'm just trying to think, like, I'm not sure if the reason that our last victory in combat didn't count was because the city's garrison doesn't count as an army, or because of the presence of the hero. You know, one thing we could do, actually, is get a unit in the water. Yeah, I bet this'll count. We'll get a unit in the water and have them attack. That's an army, right? That's an army on the water. I think we should be able to beat it. Okay, so we have some stuff set up here. I really just want to move our faction quest forward past this step, because this is an annoying step. This is definitely the place where we want to build all the fancy science crap. Down here we've got our level 2 docks, and look at all the points of industry coming in off of all these water tiles. Words is tricky. This place is large enough that it does benefit from those. So all this time, we're doing a pretty good job of maintaining a little bit of basic research speed. We're getting a attack every 2 or 3 turns. So I think there's a pretty good chance that a science victory is potentially in the cards. That we're going to grow large and powerful enough for that to be viable. I guess, hold on. I want to make sure this gets executed. And then there's a couple of attacks we want to seal up as fast as we can just to prevent anybody from moving out of him. Really, it's... okay. I'm not sure what that declare war question was about, because we are definitely at war with the people we clicked on. Okay, let's resolve that stuff in a second. That's just rain, that's no big deal. Did blue take... oh no, blue did not take this. Okay. That would be... food stockpiles and a bit more mithrite would be nice to have, if we can find time to get that. Alright. Yep, I was not doing that thing at all. Luxury costs have gone up, which really sucks. Increase the science gain from trade routes with the targeted empire. Yes, I love it. They will pay for a truce. Hold on a second. Let me consider. Let's see how these battles go, right? Okay, they retreat. Did that count? No. Oh, right, but that's not defeating... that was winning a battle, but it wasn't defeating an army. The thing is, we totally did kill an army earlier, and it didn't count, so I don't know. Yeah, they won't retreat here because they're already in such dire shape. So, we have a lot of range. They do not. We have the initiative advantage. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can just take that shot right where you are. You need to move to here. And you, sadly, only have 1 movement. I was gonna say 0. Don't you show me 0. So obviously it's not very difficult for us to just like kite them forever. Their ships are tiny and slow, and our ships have the biggest cannons that have ever existed. So we're gonna try again. We're gonna get them next turn. This also might not work because, you know, ocean or whatever. Okay. They have another army nearby. Okay, well, they got me. They did such a crazy thing last time that I assumed that they were doing the same thing again this time. That might be really bad, actually. Alright, so let's get some bodies up here. What spy action was undertaken? Angratad is decreasing diplomatic costs with us. A little concerning. So they are exhausted of being in this war. They don't like it. It's not going well for them. They want out. How is the overall military graph looking? Like, their military is very strong, in fact, and mine is less so. I assume this spike is the turn that we, like, bought and retrofitted all that stuff. Okay. I see. 2 cities worth of reinforcements. That's why that works. Are we really that close to... oh, sorry. Huh. On's army... the reason I popped an army, a unit out of the army to attack here was to prevent On's army from participating because they're being sieged by a different army. Maybe I misremembered how that worked. Well, let's do it. We have a movement speed and initiative advantage, and there are some things we can do here to control this battle a little bit. Apparently we do not have a universal initiative advantage because I put the stupid lice up for... Why did I do that? Well, so we definitely want to... 229. I guess they're in a forest. Yeah, one thing I definitely want to do is try to lock their reinforcement pads as quickly as possible. We want to really limit the number of them that get to come in. Remember, we have free counter, so we do get to fight twice per turn. Yep, and they're going to do whatever they have to do to make sure that my units do not get to spawn in close enough to the opponent's reinforcement panels to actually affect them. Because, like, this sucks. The fact that the hero came in here instead of here. I guess if you... No, it's not going to matter because this unit goes first. Yeah, we're gonna take some real damage here. Ugh. Just happened to get the sweep strike back to go through all of my unit's defenses at maximum strength. All right, you need to hold that in place. I mean, we're going to get a lot of kills here, but we're going to lose everything. Yeah, our damage output's very solid. No, that's not a problem we are having. So let's see. Okay, you can prevent that unit from moving. You can prevent that unit from moving. Trying my best to keep the flow of their units pretty light. I guess actually you need to kill him. Wow, failed. Okay, so this unit's not going to get another turn, and it's the last of my units. Fun. All right, well, we're going to have to obviously step up the reinforcement plan over here. We do have a lot of money, so we can rush out some units. Green's gonna have to, like, put up some pressure, though. So what does it cost to buy one of these out? 11... Boy. Alright, well... We have land units being built elsewhere. Do we accept the truce now? Because it's still on the table. Whether or not they would give it to us at this point, it's up and it's offered. Are they still at war with the other two players? Yes. And we did some pretty serious damage to their force there. Like, we can't stop them from retaking Ursay, but we might be able to stop them from retaking Uarden. Especially since it's now got fortification and it's starting to generate militia. And then we can press back up as Green continues to put on pressure. How are your armies looking? Pretty healthy. Yeah, Fakir's still looking mighty. They should be able to pull this off. I'm not going to take the truce offer. I think we can put this together. So... we are going to want to buy our hero back, of course, and it is not very expensive to do so. Create him as an army on Yeah. And then he'll have troops in just a moment here. Okay, so yeah, for the moment, just hang out, I guess. We're going to start this turn with an attempt to kill an enemy army with an army that is just minor factions that are cursed by totems. We will see if this works. We can, I think, just turn some minor faction villages hostile and win it that way. Just fight a couple of crappy minor faction dudes. I would like to not. I'd like to do this in like a way that actually helps us do something else that we're also doing. But I guess we'll see if that is viable. Okay, yeah, and then we're gonna want to press upward toward those guys pretty damn quickly. All right, we'll come back to that. All of this stuff is run out, and we can't rerun any of it because of the stupid event. Oh, you're kidding me. That didn't take us up. Well, we'll be happy enough in a turn because the approval level in these two cities will keep rising. We'll be happy enough to be out of the middle quantum in a turn. Can I tell you? A little surprised that they even bothered. Guess what? Surprise! Where you going there, friend? Did that count? That did count. That one was fine. So, that's going to be my my plan for finishing this then, is we attack this force with this centaur and use the reinforcing army to get the job done. That's not bad. All right, so you know what I'm going to do actually then? No, we still need to... We need land units over here for other reasons. So remember, once we're done cleaning up the bad guys in the water with these units, we can use them to start doing damage to these coastal cities by going around the north side here. And we're going to have to sail generally northward pretty quickly here. We can actually get these guys on this next turn if we're clever about it, which I always am, right? That's why I never lose. That's why all of my military campaigns have looked so completely flawless. Yeah, we're definitely taking damage. It's map turns, not combat turns. You know, it's tricky because it's like it's a concept of time that exists in both layers. I've played an awful lot of Endless Legend in my day, but a lot of it was like quite a long time ago. So what do we want to build here? I guess we could just start burrowing out. Do I think we need... No, we need more troops. What am I talking about? What we're doing is we're building more military units because there are necrophages afoot. There are necrophages a pseudopod. I don't know, they probably have real feet. So I think we still don't want peace with pink. Yeah, I don't want to annoy my friends. And like peace with pink carries no actual benefits for us. Okay, we're starting to get some more trade routes running out. Of course, the number of trade routes we can have with green, I think, is limited to some extent by green's city count, or by green's available trade route count, which at this point will be their city count. Obviously, there are those technologies that let you run more trade routes from each individual city. I expect we don't have a lot of that yet. Alright, so we gotta manage this a little bit carefully. So what I want to do is attack with this mastermind. Apparently we moved up an era there. I was not expecting that. I had just sort of lost count where we were on the tech tree. All right, good bit of turbulence. Help us get up here a little bit faster. It does look like the necrophages are in no particular hurry to push. I think we damaged their army badly enough. Green, that city is right there. Could you just... What if you just did it, right? What if you just went for the thing? What is this? That is a thing I don't care about that. Why would I pay you so handsomely for a thing that has so little value to me? Okay, so we do have 2 sources of mithrite actually within our land, which may well be worth going after. It's hard to imagine there being anything for us to get right this second than Imperial funding. Obviously there's military technology, and I do care about that stuff. We'll totally get there eventually. Wait, what? Oh, that's a fortress. Yep. They use the shitty little... Don't worry about it. We'll get it back. So, down here. It's important we don't include any of these units as reinforcements. They don't get to know that we're doing this, though. They will assume that we're going to reinforce with everything and just retreat, and then we'll use the Centaur to engage them a second time. There we go. And with the Centaur, we do include all of the reinforcements. And this should get us our point. So you just stay back here, well away from all of the danger. Yeah, just back up. It's fine. It is kind of important that the Centaur survive, I think. Alright, quests are easy. Let's go get my fortress back. Because, obviously, we know that there are blue ships in these oceans, and like I was saying, worst case scenario would be one of our friendly factions getting a hold of some of this stuff. So it will be a nightmare to get it back from them. It's not impossible. They will sometimes trade for a fortress, but they do not make it easy for you. Yeah, that'll be a safe move next turn. Oh, no, that's also lightning. Okay, you know what? Just move here. We'll figure you out. We'll figure out your next turn next turn. Alright, so we're going to have kind of a functional army in a second here. I don't really want to take this force anywhere for the moment, I don't think. Alright, faction quest movement. Hey, 320 dust. We should probably, buy some governors. Morgar is pleased. The slaves worked well, like falling stars, burning bright, then dying. Next step is harder step. To take on the works of the jailers, dominate their creations, Morgar must first be able to take on other empires. Well, I'm doing alright at that. Maintain a black spot against red for 10 turns or make sure red is destroyed. That seems very doable. Red is not in any position to complain. I do have to formally meet them, though. At the moment, I can't black spot them because we don't have the option to engage with them diplomatically. Morgar is satisfied, but never content. Morgar knows that any opposing force is a risk, any empire a jailer. Morgar schemes, mind, body, dust. These things are linked, interdependent, can be manipulated. If strong enough, can interchange them. Body becomes dust. Mind becomes mine. Others are gullible. Others will do Morgar work. Will be glad to gain dust for killing Morgar enemies. Others are easy to control and easy to destroy. So we're moving through our faction quest pretty quickly here. This is phase 7, which only has 2 steps in it. So I need to prioritize meeting Red. I can see them. They cannot see me. If Green were to get vision of their flag, would that make me meet them? I don't know. We may have to break off a unit and just sail it over here. Just like build a mastermind for this purpose or something. All right, we'll worry about it. Worry about it in a moment. So yeah, that centaur is absolutely dying. Get in the city garrison. Try to heal a little bit faster, would you? So we may want to unequip the totems at this point. Obviously, the totems give us a huge amount of combat potential, and we do kind of need them to fight these necrophage units. But also, an army made completely of totemed troops is not sustainable. So I think for the moment, we'll keep burning them really hard, and we'll figure it out. There's a lot of we'll figure it out later coming off of this plan, you might notice. Yeah, all right. I'm happy with it. Let's just keep pushing. So we have a purple army approaching green over here. They're looking a little rough. Their units are definitely better than mine because their units actually have like okay stats even when they don't have complete nonsense equipment. Okay, so that completely reworks the weather patterns. Gives me a little bit more movement. I think I'm just gonna go jam this unit into the garrison in Warden, or in Ursay rather. I'm being attacked somewhere. Oh right, yeah, another one of the fortresses in that North Ocean. That's fine. We will reclaim them all presently. Actually, I'm a little surprised that was able to happen. I guess we're just a little bit out of reinforcement range on that. Oh. Well met. A fine day. Fine day, they think. Don't know if I agree necessarily. I don't know if they're going to agree in just a moment here when they see what I have waiting for them. So keep in mind, our units are taking damage constantly. They're also healing. So it's not like the, no, that's looking like it's going to be a situation. You know what? Let's maybe buy out this centaur. I know we still need to buy governors and stuff, but like also winning this war is of value. Let's buy out this centaur. Next turn, we'll pop all those troops out, equip them to the specialized polyp, and we'll come running. Because Ganley's gonna flip to purple, and then we're gonna take it. Is the big brilliant plan here? Yeah, run at least 3 new luxury boosters. Not have 3 boosts active. Unfortunately, not really available to us because of the fact that the lack of luxuries event fired at the same time. It's actually very inconvenient. So yeah, we'll get our fortresses back in just a moment here. You can produce... Actually, a large-scale aquatic center would be very good here. Over in Ursay... Don't really build troops very quickly. We probably just need to build infrastructure here. You know, dust refineries are pretty good infrastructure. All right, so you're doing what you need to do. Want to make sure we have all of our quick movement commands entered here. Because obviously we're going to jump these dudes in the ocean and burn down that army. And then we're gonna clean these up, and then we're gonna go get that. If that industry stockpile facility produces while it's controlled by purple, I'm gonna be super annoyed. I bet it's going to. They're gonna have control of it for 2 turns, and it's gonna give them a stockpile and miss me with one. Ah, you monsters. Oh hey, Brown retook Hadao. Interesting. Not, I think, terribly relevant. All right, obviously it's important we let some people get into reinforcement positions here. Sadly, only 2 of the vessels are able to contribute. Oh my god. The luxuries. The luxuries. So this is Cthydra. We should probably push for winter immunity. There's a lot of bonus food. I think we're getting close to the end of producing a lot of units. So yeah, I'm going to push up into this middle area. The Empire plan, I think we want to pick that up probably. And can we grab this? No. Can't really do too much. I don't think I want to lose the attack on my units yet. I think we're still in that place. I'm just going to take it like this. I think that's a fine Empire plan. So they think this war is going well. Or it's going better than it was before, because they're no longer willing to offer the truce. Or the money for the truce. Alright. So obviously we're going to annihilate that army next turn. You have 7 movement? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we have to engage with this force, and we have to not use the mastermind as a reinforcement because the mastermind needs to reclaim this fortress so that they can't get it. And then the next turn, he has to reclaim that fortress as well. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So we're definitely not taking a truce this turn. I don't think we're in any danger. We could take that army. And if we attack like this, we won't even have to. That looks like a situation where... I don't know, Green's got plenty of units nearby. They should be able to handle that. And then once that breaks, I'm sure they can push back. Yeah, I think this war is reflowing in our direction. We hit a little stopping block. Both Green and I hit a stopping block simultaneously. It's a little embarrassing, but we're back on it. So at this point, I think dust for heroes. Ooh, there's a Wayrasigo. I mean, we takes the Wayrasigo. There's actually a fair amount of forested tiles around Ursay. Do I want to spend a bunch of resources putting big equipment on him? Boy, we ran through our titanium very quickly, didn't we? Probably not, because it wouldn't save the city anyway if they pushed Ursay right now. Yeah. Alright, so we'll take control of this next turn, and then we'll give chase, I suppose? Yeah, them losing this group of units in the water is going to hurt a lot. And it's like very critically important that it happens. Come on, everybody. Okay, somebody entered Era 5 right as we entered Era 4. You know, I thought we were doing well on our research timings, but maybe not so much. We don't need to watch this go down. Yes, attack. Why is there even an option? You can't parlay with purple's fortresses. Okay, so get up here so you get this. Relock our territory. And then we really want to actually start merging these up. Do you think that that is wise? Just gonna get in the water right here where that huge army got sunk. Alright, so that's happened. That's happened. We've gained a lot this turn. Green did successfully repel the attack at Jagarak. Okay, so they've got like a 3/4 health army here. Got a bunch of healthy foragers, but healthy foragers with bad stats. I wonder if a lot of their, like, it may well be the case that at this point, they've lost so many strategics worth of good upgraded units that they can only afford to have bad units. We must be very careful how we approach this army, though, because I don't want to get Vedra's garrison as part of the battle. Y'all just hang out in that garrison because you're going to need the healing. So let's see. We'll have this army push up here. We'll attack the settler. And then we won't use this as reinforcements. And yeah, that'll be easy enough. No? Why would I do that? Alright, yeah, just like a lot of science buildings all at once. And then like our troops have a significant titanium cost as well. And hey, did that legendary deed ever get done by anybody? Was it this one? Yeah, 50 of each strategic resource. So if we just hang out for a second and don't spend mithrite or hyperium or titanium, we can make this happen. Boy, what do we want next? Oh, silly me. In fact, we probably actually wanted that first. Maybe I should pull this army back and push on, because like we have no idea what on looks like. Whatever. We'll worry about it in a minute. Did I miss one? Oh, sure, the new city. Yeah, the new city should build things. That's a good point. Let's build a cargo dock, because why does this city not have a cargo dock yet? I see, because you were pumping super hard on... What are you even doing? There's a husbandry center here for some reason? Okay, I mean, that's interesting. Let's get the cargo dock up, and then we'll figure things out. That is a 10 population city. But we're gaining some really valuable stuff up here. Alright, so we want to lock in... Wow, eclipse time already, huh? We want to lock in this attack and that other attack up by the fortress immediately, and then we can figure stuff out for the turn. But there are certain things that must be taken care of. Okay. Reclaims my oceans. A Sky Shaker facility. Down there in a place where I don't care about it. An unconquered ocean. It's just being passed back and forth between players, I guess. Alright, so now that we got those attacks locked in... How many turns do I need to wait? So it's the Mithrite that is the problem. I think we can afford to build Imperial funding in the capital, and our titanium and Hyperium supplies will recover fast enough. Yeah, I think that's perfectly reasonable. All right, organized labor, very important. Harael should find something to do that doesn't cost those strategic resources if possible. We're not anywhere near being able to build another... I guess we have a little bit of river. Let's build one of these. Alright. Public works for open borders is an absolute not. Peace with you is still probably a no? Probably. Alright, we're going to try to get there first. My transports are slightly faster than theirs. But if this thing's not empty, then it's not going to end up mattering very much. I don't know why it's trying to pass through those ships. Very weird. Okay, yep. Do not include as reinforcement. Oh. It didn't want to let me select the army. Okay, well, that's fine. They got a half-health settler on land. It's not much of a threat to us. We're just going to sail around here, park there, and start shelling the walls. Well, now this is curious. If I attack from right here... So let's see. From the axis of attack, it goes out 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, if I attack from right here, I think we don't... we get the city garrison, though. There we go. That's a winner. Alright, so we'll just chew them up for free on the next turn. See, like, this is a moment where the AI's lack of focus is really frustrating. This is a moment where it is trivial for them to just push IMS and take it. They know that the enemy's forces are distracted. They know that they have a friend down here who can help. And they just don't go for it. You're killing me out here. I need you to play better because I am working on very limited resources here. All right, are you still a war? Oh, shoot. Yeah, sorry. I'm also supposed to... sorry about this. It's important for reasons you don't understand. Given that cost what it cost, I probably couldn't have done it. I probably would have been able to do it last turn, but not the turn before. So we're not really missing much there. Yeah, I still don't. I don't want to challenge my friendships to make peace with you. Sorry. Now, the really annoying thing will be if they buy off the black spot and force me to reapply it. Alright, let's attack this army before any movement can take place. I don't know what's going on with this city that we're right next to, but you know, if we could take it over, that would be kind of neat. Alright, so that's locked in. Kind of keeping an eye over here. Oh, right, the eclipse started, so I'm super fast. Well, this is mine then. That's what happens when you leave it undefended. And I'm ready to get stockpiles. I hope stockpiles are created in 2 turns after we finish our science. And another source of mithrite is always welcome. Oh look, it's a single fire ship. I wonder if it will attack us. All right, so we can't actually take the city over with the Navy. We can just roll up to it and burn down its fortifications. And as you can see, we have very impressive fortification damage with these 4 big cannons. So shouldn't take very long. I probably didn't need to manual this, but I wanted to make sure that the really low health guy stayed all the way back here. Oops, that's not what I... Don't swap, just be closer. Okay, yeah, you live back there. I would love it if the enemies didn't do a lot of moving around. So I'm going to attack these 2. And then you can shoot that one, and hopefully none of them will get a turn this way. Okay. Movement is occurring. Green's pushing in here. Our man, the Polyp, is getting stuff done, and it looks like Green's pushing on Vedra in a very serious way. So I think it probably behooves us to make for this city. We are not going to get that in time. Sorry, hold up, slow down. That is a pretty serious force. How do I want to deal with that? Well, it's probably a good idea to buy out the Centaur. And I'm not going to be able to buy out another unit, am I? 1541. We don't have access to... it's very awkward. And I don't have any land units left down here, do I? Oh, I do. I do. Okay, so we can try searching some ruins real fast. Wow, that's boy, it sure is cool to sail so quickly. All right, so we'll get you up on land as fast as we can. And it looks like, in fact, we may need to do more, but, like, I don't want to spend large amounts of titanium at this point. Well, hold on a second. Let me, So no matter how I do this, I'm not going to get to search 2 this turn. And I guess let's just get this one. Junder's Ward is fine. It is not the large amount of dust that I was hoping for. Because obviously that would have been pretty cool. So we are going to be left without the ability to buy out this unit. So what are we going to build? We could just work on stockpiles, I suppose. Obviously, the cost of these is going to go up in a second when their yield goes up. You could just build a burrow. Yeah, that's probably not like a terrible idea. Just build out and get some more water. Galarath similarly could just build out and get some more water. I guess we have a what do you call it? An anomaly back here. And in Harail, we really just don't have anything that makes sense to build. We could build another... We could just build a mastermind? You know, I could make some basic versions of the troops. Let's just have some archers sitting around. How about that? Sorry, this isn't what I wanted. What I wanted was give me a new unit based on the orc design. You know, just like a pretty basic kind of orc. Sorry, we probably want the dust gear. We could probably do longbows. And then, like, improved life, and the movement still makes sense. Yeah, let's just make some normal orcs. How about that? Now they demand technology. I mean, I'm not giving them anything, right? We're gonna... So yeah, we're gonna grab this fire ship here and devour it. And then we're gonna have the artillery ships come in and start bombarding this. Green's gonna crack this city. We have enough troops coming in here that it's gonna be, I think, pretty hard for them to hold this city. How's that other guy's not healthy enough to pull him out to fight, I don't think. Hey, what does it cost to buy out one of those basic orcs? Still way too expensive. Jesus, that's not even cheaper than the good. Wow. All right, well. Is what it is, I suppose. Yeah, I have no idea why he thinks that he's winning this war. I guess he's looking at this battle and thinking maybe I will pay to avoid it. But listen, if I end up losing that city and it goes back to green, it's not, I don't even think, that big of a deal. All right, yeah, so let's push on here. We definitely have some movement orders that we need to execute immediately. In particular, this one, I really want to make sure we get this before it has a chance to try to disrupt our fortresses again. Okay. What do you think? You want to try it? He's thinking about it. He's giving it some consideration. The thing is, I don't really want to fight the battle either. All right, let's resolve this, because this is just going to be a retreat, right? Oh, he's going for it. That fire ship ended its turn on the... Okay, well... Alright, I think making him attack was definitely the right move, because obviously that way we get the benefit of our fortification. Are we going to win this fight? I honestly don't know. I don't know if this is bad for us. It might be bad for us. Okay, Green took Vedra, and it looks like they lost some troops, but they kept like a whole army in reserve here. Yep, heavy infantry and archers. It's a classic for a reason. So, okay, that should be an easy enough victory. So that fire ship has no health, and it's going to take lightning damage at the beginning of the turn. So I guess the question now is... So he didn't... he didn't do anything with this fire ship. I'm just going to roll up and start bombarding. So yeah, minus 90 a turn. We'll just peel that back real quick. And I guess nothing for it but to fight this battle. So really, it thinks we're going to get embarrassed here. Well, I mean, nothing for it now. The battle has occurred. Are his troops that good? I mean, those are pretty good stats. Alright, well. So, what we have to hope for right now is some ability to access that, that thing. Now, somehow, all of their troops have 130 initiative. So I guess, never mind. There is no circumstance under which we have the control necessary to get a hold of their units. They get to determine who's fighting. I'm still gonna fan out though, like despite the loss of despite the loss of morale from doing so, just because I want to have some chance. Maybe they will over-focus on the units in the middle. Yeah, like if you could make it to him, that would be pretty cool. Same with you. Oh, you're actually fast enough to do it. Oh, you left him alive with 1 health, really? Well, at least this means that there won't be a lot of Battleborn, right? We will get him. Or maybe we will not. Maybe not. Okay, so he absolutely should be dead right now. There's no good reason for that unit to be alive. You actually have very limited ability to move, don't you? Well, yeah, I guess this is your target then, because that thing's got the lowest initiative, or the lowest defense out of anything. You sadly probably do not get to call your shot, but if you get to fire before that thing's turn, take it. Okay, there we go. It does not do the parasite on counterattack, only on real attack, so we did prevent there from being any Battleborn there. Oof, my units are not hitting very hard. Considering all of the attack bonuses we have, we should be dying, but we should be doing like huge amounts of damage while we are dying, and that is just not coming to pass. So they only have the 1 Necro Drone left. We definitely want to keep it locked. Actually, though, are you this one? You are. If I do this, then they don't get to melee my archer. My archers actually get to take their shot. Yeah, we get to, like, we get to fall back, take our shot, clear our reinforcement panels. Oh, well, I guess that panel was going to clear anyway, because that guy died at the beginning of his turn. I'll say this, the super-powered boast centaurs are really getting the job done. Them getting to attack twice a turn is really huge. I do believe we've won this battle, actually. Not in the sense that we, like, you know, it's painful, but I think it's a victory. Yeah, I would prefer you get out here. I guess this guy might actually be dead by the time it's your turn. Step back to here. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that disease is rough. I could have manually told him to move to the other side of that unit before attacking, and then we wouldn't have lost an extra body to the, Yeah, just get inside the city. Heal up as fast as you can. We wouldn't have lost an extra body to the sweep strike back, so that's on me. Oh yeah, okay, that's that siege. It is resolved. Everything's cool. You want to buy this unit out? So like the thing is, it's not necessarily going to be easy for us to push up here and take this city, but it's like very, very important that we do so. And at this point, I'm not even thinking about the necrophage combat so much as like we need to come out of this having gained more from it than green. Although I guess to some extent we gained part of the land that green held at the beginning of the war, so maybe that's just like necessarily going to be the case. All right, there's tons of movement confluxes around here. We do not want to grab one without the rest of the units. We want the whole army to be so confluxed. So we'll get that, we'll get this. We can probably pick up both of these pretty quickly. Yeah, and I'm feeling pretty good. I think we can we can close up both of these. And we're just like consuming a tremendous number of their resources, right, without actually paying anything ourselves. So we're leeching their badly damaged economic position pretty much constantly. We've lost sight of... So Vedra flipped back over. That is interesting news, because that means Vedra's probably vulnerable to us just running in there and taking it. What is this? Oh, green's at war. Pink is at war with green. Right. This is a really bad time for that, actually. I need them not to be distracted right now. There's nothing I can actually do about it. Well, crud. Okay, so Vedra's vulnerable. Anm is gonna be vulnerable. They only have 4 total cities left. I am confident that we can wrap this up pretty soon. And again, like the whole time we're working here, we're getting lots and lots of technologies done. We have so much resource income. Holy crap. We have a good set of assimilations giving us actual value. Like, yeah. This is going okay. This is where we're going to call it for today and for the week. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time on Monday, I do believe we're going to put these necrophages where they belong, and then we're going to turn our eyes to some kind of victory. It seems like we sort of stumbled into having a very good science output, so that may well be our direction. And we'll see you then.